Okay. You know, it's almost hard to try to top your last record, and but it must be that way with every artist. So, do you think Congregation tops lead sales, or it's just another kind of record?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's a lot different than West Sales. I mean, I think each album is kind of a stepping stone to the next album. When we said the main congregation of the band, we say West Sales, super anchored. And yeah, I think every album is kind of just a representation of where we are at that time musically, and as people.
Yeah.
Writing process.
Yeah. So, I think the title of the album makes allusion to the actual state of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of just a vague outlook on the way the world is today, I think. Us as human beings, we're not really, not the best we can be right now. The world isn't really in a great shape right now, and I think if things kind of continue the way they are, we're all kind of doomed, so we kind of have to, use a lot of work. Yeah, I think
Well, maybe for the action part, you know. You've been touring with Hollywood Undead. It's a very different band from Atreyu. Is that a problem at the end of the night, or with the fans of both bands?
No, I mean, the tour with Hollywood Undead was great. And I think a lot of the times, because you have a tour like that when bands are different from each other, it's interesting for the bands on the tour, and I think for the audience as well. Sometimes, I think that's how we've gotten where we are today, because we can't play to different kinds of audiences and play with other different kinds of bands. We've toured with bands like Lamb of God and Unearth, Every Time I Die, Norma Jean, and we can also tour with bands like Taking Back Sunday and The Used and a band like Hollywood Undead. I think it's good for bands to kind of branch out like that instead of, playing to the same metal crowds or playing to the same punk crowds or playing to the same pop crowds. Because if you're just sticking in that genre, when you're playing live, then you're not really going to grow very far, or you're not going to branch out to any new audiences. So, yeah, I think it's really good to have bands who are different from each other touring together.
Oh, okay. So you guys are the only aggressive band in your label right now. In fact, a lot of hardcore fans of the band were pissed off with the change of label and maybe with the change of sound in the last record. So does that affect to the band, or you just let it pass?
Well, yeah, being that we are the only aggressive band on the label, again, I think that only helps us, because if there was another band or a couple other bands that were, similar to us or kind of, in the same genre, we'd have to fight for special attention or compete with, that other band. But that's not the case now, because there's no other aggressive bands, so we get the attention we need, we get the help we need from the label. Sure, people might be pissed off about that, but I was the same way when I was younger too. I hated it when my favorite bands, when more than five people knew who they were, and they were branching out and stuff like that, because they were my band, only I knew about them, and that was what made them cool. But if this band wants to continue on doing what we're doing and succeed and excel, grow, the next possibly step was to sign to the label that we signed to, Hollywood Records.
Yeah.
And so far it's been great. They've treated us really well. They've for the most part let us do whatever we want to do without interfering very much. So